air bubble out. Looks to be pretty well centered. Now, I want to flatten it out. It's going to be a plate. So I've got this little gauge set up. I did just set up yesterday when I threw the first plate. So basically I want to be throwing it to the point where it gets to that little point. That's where the rim should be. Slow everything down a little bit. Compress this out. Keep adding water for lubrication. Get a nice flat-ish area.
Here, catch!
Holy cow. Ad. Thank you very much for the raid. Welcome everyone.
Looky here!
Yikes, that's 2 big raids I've had today. Thanks for the follow, Fluffy Pink Blonde. Thanks for the raid, Ad. How was your stream?
Looky here!
How is everyone? Thanks for the follow,
Looky here!
Frosty M89 and Weetabix Licks, thank you for the follow.
Looky
You know what,
here!
thanks for the follow, Sparkle Muffin. I just hit my 200 follower
Looky
goal
here!
yesterday. Thanks for the follow, a little Willow.
Looky
Thanks for the
here!
follow, John at Field Arts. Welcome in. Played a ghost game and spoke.
Looky here!
Ooh, yeah. Ghostly. Oh, of course, ghosting. Well, we've got a rule here, actually, which some other people just found out. There's no ghosting allowed. Although I do have a ghost redeem, so if anyone's got enough points to redeem the ghost, then we'll be able to show our new friends the rule. No ghosting. Thanks for the follow, Horrible David. So yeah, I'll introduce myself again. Making me work today. I'm Dan. I do pottery occasionally. I'm not usually on at this time of the day because I've just got today off work. So I'm here making plates. I've not been around long. Been twitching for 6 months-ish, I think. 7 months, maybe. And I've been doing pottery for just about 18 months now. I was going to say just over a year. It's longer than that now. But yeah, thank you very much for the raids. Welcome. A little overwhelming, not gonna lie. But thank you. I appreciate it. And all the follows. Yeah, pushing me up toward my new goal. I always set an ambitious goal. I'm sure you are. I mean, I quite often lurk in Ad's channel. I'm a very big lurker. So I do recognise most of the names. In fact, I'm pretty sure I recognise all of the names that have popped up in my feed. But yeah, so today I'm making dinner plates because I definitely do. I look everywhere. Yeah, so it's just for myself. As I say, I've only been doing pottery for 18 months. I'm not doing it well enough yet to be selling it really. I've sold a few things to friends, basically. It's the only thing. Acquaintances. So I'm making these dinner plates for myself because I've been trying out this new black clay. As you can see, it's a little messy, but I do like it. And I wanted something else to throw, so I thought a set of dinner plates might be nice. Thanks, Fluffy. Yeah, pottery. So I did a beginner's throwing course last year. And as you might be able to tell, I quite enjoyed it. So I decided to buy myself a wheel. And then I went through like a bit of a phase of not knowing what to do really for a few months. After I got back from holiday, I didn't do it for a few weeks, and then I thought, I know what I should do. Oh no, I should completely mess up this plate by not concentrating on what I'm doing. I should stream it on Twitch. That'll motivate me to do things. I've messed this up. I've completely... Yeah, this plate is no longer. Okay. Well, what we do here, when things go wrong, is we make the best of a bad situation. Let's get rid of that. It is entirely your fault, yep. I'm absolutely going to blame everyone that's here and not me. This happened twice yesterday as well. That is a good point. So all of this, anything that doesn't end up being turned into something, goes in a bucket just there, and that bucket will be recycled. I will recycle it, basically just add water to it, and then turn it back into clay. So nothing goes to waste, which is one of the things I really like about this. Literally, like every drop of like all of this, you can't see the throwing water because because it's zoomed in right on the wheel. But yeah, everything down to the water in this pan, the scraps of clay will get reused eventually. Might sit in a bag for 2 years, but it'll eventually get reused. I have lots of bits of clay that I've recently been recycling. They've been sat there for maybe a couple of months. But yesterday, yeah, occasionally things go wrong, obviously. Regularly things go wrong. Throwing water, yeah. Everything's for throwing here. But yeah, so I've got you can't see any of it because I'm zoomed in, and obviously I can't pick it up because hands. That reminds me, I'm presuming a shout out went out for Ed. It should go out automatically, but it may have not have done because there was one fairly recently for Jelly. So basically I've set up my shout outs to go out automatically for obvious reasons. I don't like using my keyboard and mouse when my hands are filthy. But you know, needs must. So I'm just going to scroll up and see, did we get a shout out? I hope so. I might just shout out both of you again. Oh dear, there was a shout out. Good. But yeah, it happened twice yesterday, and oh look, my hands are clean enough now. So this, this was going to be a dinner plate. This was also going to be a dinner plate. Now it looks like a pint of Guinness. You know, nothing goes to waste. I've got a fair chunk of clay here still, so let's do something with it. It does mean I'm going to have to get more clay, because I was overconfident and only gave myself 3 bits of clay for 3 dinner plates. I'm not going to be able to do another one, am I? Oh, thank you very much for the raid, Had. Have a good rest of your day. Thanks for dropping your people off here. And thank you. Hopefully I'll get at least a couple more actual plates. I'm zoomed in here because I thought I was going to be throwing wide and low. I'm going wide tall now on this one, so you're probably going to lose the top of this vessel. Can I? Should have thought about that before I started throwing up, shouldn't I? That came out wrong. Obviously I'm not throwing up. You know what I mean? Pulling vertically. Right, I'm on such a lag with my own PC. It's a bit of an odd setup I've got. I'm essentially running a 2 PC setup. Because my good PC is upstairs. So I've got a really old PC. Just remote desktoping onto my streaming PC. Which means I have got a bigger lag than you have. I don't know what I'm doing with this, but we'll see what it wants to become. I'm a big believer in letting the clay tell me what it wants to do, because we've seen what happens when I try and tell it what to do. And I'm not doing overly well here, so I put a little twist in it. Which is not often a good thing. That's my wife arriving home. It's very wobbly as well. Twisty and wobbly. So that's apparently what it wants to be. Wants to be a bit of a mess. Yeah, I might have to get rid of more of this. Let's see. think I'm gonna. Oh no. Right, let's get rid of. And get rid of that much. It's really not going well, so let's just bite the bullet now. And do what we can with what's left. That feels a bit better. Right, got it under control. Now actually I just need to decide what it's going to be. The heck is that? Some kind of plane flying above my house. Right. It's a decent size-ish. So the thing with clay is that when it's basically from this state to when it's finished, it'll shrink by, well, for this clay, about 13%. So you'll factor that in to anything you're making. So for instance, that drinking vessel, let's say, that looks a bit like a pint of Guinness, won't be that big. At the moment it's probably around a pint. It's not going to hold a pint once it's fired. And 13% may not sound that much, but it's surprising how much it... It's a very strange looking plate, isn't it? It was originally quite plate-like until it went horribly wrong. Now it's just a very tall plate. What's going on? Some warplanes or something. It's all kicking off. I could do another bottle. I've got a couple of bottles here. Alright, let's get a tool here. Straighten up that bottom bit. Get some nice scraping noises for you. You know what, this one is not telling me what it wants to be. I've got it to a stable point. Now it's just like, I don't care. It's a good height. I mean, I suppose I could just make another one of those, maybe. It's a bit thin though. That's why I was thinking a bottle again. Could just do something a bit different. So this is a stoneware clay, which makes it good for plates cups, things like that. It's hard wearing. So I like to use it for functional wear. But you know, you can make vases and stuff as well, which is what I might go for here. Belly it out, and then collar it in. Anyway, hi Apple Dragon. I did not say hello to you. How are you? Apple's Dragon. Rather than apple. Multiple apples. That kind of looks alright. This top-down view doesn't show the angles brilliantly, does it? It's good for plates, not so much for taller things. That's quite nice, I like that. I'll call it a day on that. And we shall move on to another plate. Wire it off and hoping that it'll lift off this bat fairly easily. I don't normally throw on wooden bats, but you kind of have to if you're doing something wide and flat. Like a plate. There we go. Pop you over there. And once this is dried a bit, so it goes to leather hard, after, well, depends. It should probably be about a day. It'll be in a state where it's able to be trimmed. So I'll be able to clean it up, do a bit of shaping, give it a foot ring, and then that's pretty much all the building done on it. Come on, Dee. It's one of my lovely cats hanging around now. Don't think he's interested in what I'm doing though. Right, let's start again. Should definitely dry my hands off a bit before I handle this new clay. Everything's so messy. Got my zombie hands coming back as well. Hi Sonny, nice to see you. How are you? Good evening. So just give this a little wedge, just because it's obviously very rectangular at the moment. I don't want to be messing with rectangles. Got the day off work, I'm doing pottery. And there's lots of people, nice lovely people here. I stuck down faster than I expected. Ooh, wobbly. So, we start again with the plan that this will become a plate. Grab it. No, I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure that's not what that is. It has many names. But that's not one of them. So first thing to do is get it centered. Now this may look like it's not centered very well because the bat obviously isn't, but the bat doesn't matter that much. It's the clay we care about. So we go up and down. Put a bit of weight into it. And eventually, but not quite yet, it'll be perfectly centered on the wheel. Or, you know, close enough. Oh, put more weight into it. That will help. Dinner time for the cats. Okay, so that's pretty well centered. Can't see it wobbling very much. So slow things down a bit and start pushing it out. I don't think I mentioned after I'd braided. I may have done, but I've forgotten. Though it is in my stream title. Planning a little bit later to do a throwdown challenge. So if you're familiar with the Great Pottery Throwdown, stop me if I've already said this, I can't remember. I'm going to be doing the challenge from Series 4, Episode 1, which I'm sure you all remember was port chalices. So I'm going to be throwing as many port chalices as I can in 15 minutes. There goes one of my cats, but my hands were too clay. Had too much clay on my hands to grab her. Otherwise I would have done. So yeah, I think the winner of that challenge managed 8 good chalices. So if I get anywhere near that, I'll be very happy. I don't think I will. I've done goblets before, which are obviously fairly similar. It's the same, they're the same. Let's not pretend that chalices and goblets aren't just the same thing. They're pretty tricky.